All right, so a lot of y'all have shit tests wrong. Okay? One, why they happen, and two, how to pass them. Now, I don't even like the frame of like passing shit tests because it's almost like it's already a fallacy in my opinion. Because the frame of like passing a shit test is almost like she's trying to even see if you're worthy. You feel what I'm saying? And that almost comes from the mindset of like you trying to convince the woman. And you would only be trying to convince a woman if you're worthy if you haven't already convinced yourself because you don't love yourself. And I don't do that. Like, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not here trying to convince women. Like, the fuck? We know ourselves and we love ourselves. And if you don't, you gotta figure that part out. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even be worrying about women if you don't know yourself and love yourself, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real important prerequisite. And the whole game gets fucked if you don't got that one first. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you don't got your relationship with God in order, your relationship with yourself in order, and your relationship with your mission in order, don't even be worrying about bitches. You feel me, dog? Like, all right, now if you got some of those things or you just want to still tap in so you know how to like play the long game, all right, now we're going to cook. Now, let me be upfront, bro, because I'm not a dating coach. I don't have a dating program to sell you because I don't care, right? I'm a metaphysicist. I'm an advisor. I'm a polymath advisor, and I'm an ontological advisor. And so I like to talk about like the nature of reality from like a cosmic perspective, and I like to get at like the mechanics. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm a nerd. So I'm going to break down the mechanics of polarity, and I'm going to break down the mechanics of how you actually like penetrate through a woman's shit test. All right, so one, let's reframe what shit tests even are. So a lot of like dating coaches like to say that like they're how a woman like tests for like a guy's strength. And this is like true from like a spiritual, like from like a metaphysical perspective, but it can feel incomplete because like I said, the frame of shit test is almost coming from like you're trying to convince her. And what we're really doing, what I'm really talking about is not a woman trying to see if you're worthy. It's what she does when she's not feeling your presence and your love and she's trying to invoke you to give that to her. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Now, the latter can look like a shit test, right? But a lot of people think this is just like in the level of the mind, like this is like a psychological thing, and it's not, right? And this is what I'm trying to correct. Like, this is at the level of like cosmological mechanics, okay? Like, this shit is this shit is literally ingrained in women's DNA. Like, this is like evolutionary biology. Like, the biology reflects the cosmology for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? And so women do this because they want to see if a man can cover them, right? So like if we're talking about like evolutionary wise, this is important for like a man being able to actually like provide for her and like her safety, right? So her survival, right? Women are always worried about their survival, right? This is not conscious, but this is what it's about, right? Can he actually like help me with my current reality and going forward, right? And so women look at both of those, right? What I want right now or what I need right now, and what I want right now or what I need right now, that could be a lot of things. That could be, you know, attention, that could be resources, that could be money, that could be whatever, right? Presence, really. And long term, that could be, you know, could he actually be the father of my children? Could he provide for them? Could he actually make sure that my children are taken care of? Could he ensure that my lineage carries on, right? That's, you know, like I said, these things usually aren't conscious. This is just DNA. And so what's happening is women are always kind of like seeing and like almost like subtly trying to like make sure is like, is this guy strong? Like, is this guy actually capable of either meeting me right now and giving me what I want right now, or giving me what I want for the future? Now, what you should have is both. And when you have both, that's when you start becoming irresistible, right? When you're someone who is like extremely attractive right now because you have like sexual presence and you have aura and you have game, you have charisma and you can talk to women, and you know yourself and you're able to like make her feel good in the moment. You can provide good experiences, right? Stuff like this. But also like long-term things, like you can teach her things, you can guide her, you can, you know, help her grow. And even more long-term things, you know, like fatherhood or like, you know, provision and stuff like that. And so like women are always like kind of testing for both of those things. And this is always never at just the material level, and it's always at the spiritual level. And this is what most guys miss, because most guys aren't metaphysicists. And so that's why I'm here to inform you, all right? Because I am. Spiritual leadership is like genuinely like the most important thing. All those other things are just downstream of that, okay? Because what a woman truly desires more than anything is to be led into love right now or into the future. And if you can't do that, why does she give a fuck? It's like what she desires in terms of like having fun experiences, having, you know, having fun times with guys. Like this is why women like guys who make them feel good and even make them feel bad, because they're feeling things. And when women are feeling things, they're holding all those emotions. You know what holding things is? That's the feminine's way of experiencing love. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why like this isn't like a women are crazy thing. You know what I mean? Some of them are, but you know, it's okay. I like those ones. But this is kind of just how the nature of like expansion and contraction works, right? This is like feminine mechanics. And if you don't understand that, you're going to be too busy judging your girl instead of loving her. You feel what I'm saying? And that's going to be bad for your relationship. And so what you need to do is when she's in these moods, you need to stop trying to fix her. You need to stop trying to like analyze her like a problem to solve, because she's not. There's no problem to solve except that she doesn't feel like she's loved right now. And so actually, if you want to go into problem solving mode, you can, but this isn't an analytical problem. Like this isn't a rational problem, right? Like you don't go into like engineering mode. You go into masculine presence mode, okay? And what I mean by that is when your girl, you know, comes up to you and she's like talking hella shit, you know what I mean? Do you like sit there and like you start crying and bitching and complaining? Or like I'm personally, this is kind of like how I go for it. I'm always like a humor kind of guy or like a physical affection kind of guy. So this is the key principle. Redirecting her mood with love. That's the key principle, okay? Because what the feminine desires is to know that regardless of what she brings to you, you are always going to lead her into love. That's it. That's what, when you consistently show her that, she just feels safe in the moment. And the problem is, you guys are so busy worrying about, but guys, I've been showing her that for 4 months or for 6 years or for 20 years. And it's like, I don't give a fuck, boy, because your wife doesn't give a fuck. Your girl doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care. So I don't care, because I just want to tell you what's real. You feel what I'm saying? She doesn't give a fuck what you did for her last week. What are you doing right now? Are you leading her into love right now? Because if you're not, you're failing the game. It doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. Right? I'm not saying none of it matters. Of course, like, and your girl doesn't feel that way either. But what I'm really getting at is, if there's ever a moment where your woman comes to you and she doesn't feel like she can fully trust you to lead her into love, that's when you failed the test. This isn't about, you know, going into like engineering or problem solving mode. You know what I mean? This isn't about women being crazy. This isn't about, you know, just psychotic chaos. This is about you as a man being detached from what the world throws at you. I told you, this shit is gonna get real deep. Women are a gift, my nigga. If you don't take this, if you don't see your women's test as a gift, you're gonna be too busy judging them instead of appreciating God for giving you them. All right, so I need you to hear me. These make you better, because you're gonna get pissed when your girl does this shit. And you know what? When you start doing this consciously, you're gonna get better, because you're gonna start practicing. This is a skill, all right? This shit takes work, it takes time. But if you start consciously doing this right now, like I said, I personally am like a humor kind of guy, right? If my girl's talking shit, I'll say a joke, right? I like to be sarcastic, right? Or just start talking about something else, like redirect, but never stay in her frame. Like, that's the problem. She's coming to you with some frame that isn't like love, that isn't presence. She is coming to you, if she can disrupt your mental state, your emotional state, if she can cloud your presence with her, like, you know, feminine chaos bubble, or, you know, storm, like, it's already fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you guys, like, this isn't like women trying to, you know, like, have power over you. Some of it is. I mean, some women are like that, unfortunately. Right? But more often than not, this is just innate feminine mechanics operating, because this is how God made it, so that you as a man can be better. All right? Like, the thing is, like, this is really a gift from your woman, and I want you to see it that way. Because the thing is, you redirecting her into love is your gift to her. Because there are tons of times where your girl feels kind of sad or feels kind of angry or feels, she just doesn't even know what's going on. But you do, You're like, you know what? She's just not feeling love right now. Let me just like kiss her. Let me just like twirl her around. You know what I mean? Let me just tell her a joke. You know what I mean? Let me just like tickle her or something. You feel what I'm saying? Let me tell her to like throw her fine ass, in a dress so I could take her out. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, like redirect her into love, bro. Do you feel what I'm saying? This is the principle, all right? If there's ever a moment where she is coming to you with like a frame or like a mindset, an emotional state that isn't what you're currently living, why are you allowing her to change your emotional state or your mindset? What is going on? You should be unchanged. You're a man. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is what masculinity is. Like, this is what sacred masculinity is. It's being still, being unfazed by subtle bullshit from reality, and knowing yourself interiorly so the exterior doesn't move you. But you move the exterior, and you can move the interior too. You're the one who can direct. When you have that knowledge of yourself and that love for yourself, you will be able to do that for women. I promise. But this first comes from yourself. I told you that the prerequisites, like, if you don't first be able to surrender to God, because God's the only one who can actually like guide and lead, and then know, okay, wait, this is how God is calling me to guide and lead for myself. Okay, let me do that. And then for my mission for other people. And then since you have all those things in order, you're already full and you're not looking for women to fulfill you. And then when you show up in women, it can be from overflow, right? Then you can actually lead women into love from overflow because you have it. Those prerequisites were real important. That's why I said them. All right, so yeah, this was good. My arm's tired. I'm gonna shut up now. Actually, like I said, I'm not a dating coach, but if you want to get, my advisory, interior translation session, one-time session, 90-day intensive, inner circle, I can help you understand the mechanics behind your relationships. I'll point them out and be like, here's where they're fucking up. Here's how you can fix it. I'm not going to do anything else besides that because I don't care. But if you want me to do that, I can do that if you pay me.